Next item of business is Chicago Executive Airport update by Mr. Kearns.
Thank you, Council and Mayor. Before I begin my report, I guess because we do have a light audience tonight, I'd like to just take a minute and say thank you. Having sat on that side of the desk, I know usually the only time there's standing room only is when people are upset about things. All the work that you guys do, ladies and gentlemen, do here normally goes unnoticed unless it upsets somebody. And so I know there's a lot of hard work, including our staff, too, that goes in well above and beyond the call of duty. So I'd like to thank you for all your work. So my report, I'll pick up where Director Cloud left off with a quick discussion about drones. We are in the process still of developing a direct mail piece to go out. The original total was about 24,000 households. However, in evaluating the map around the airport, we've been able to reduce that to about 15,000 households at the current time. Mr. Mark is working on that. The cost at 15,000 households would be somewhere in the range of $4,000 to do that direct mail piece. It's been suggested that perhaps continuing to have articles in the city newsletter and also Wheeling's newsletter would also be a very cost-effective way of doing that, and we'll continue to reach out and try and see how that will work out. Treasurer Tibbetts has also offered to do a public service announcement using the city's video equipment to run on the cable channel of not only Prospect Heights, but some of the other local municipalities that might have a bearing on our airport airspace. So that's kind of the process that we're at right now. As far as other items, we do have a noise committee meeting this Wednesday evening. That is at 6 p.m. and it's open to all users. We did recently send a letter out to tenants and users of the airport asking pilots to remember that to be good neighbors and consider when they're flying in and out if they have some flexibility with that during the hours of 10 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning. We have our fiscal year 2018 budget workshop Monday, March 13th at 6 o'clock, also at the airport. We'll be working through the budget at that point. We also have construction season starting. So we have a taxiway Lima bypass, which is down near Atlantic Aviation. First construction meeting will be March 16th. This is a project just under $1 million, $930,000. That our share as the airport is about $46,000, and the rest is picked up through matching FAA and state grants. They're providing 95% of that project. Will help alleviate some of the crowding on the ramp there around Atlantic Aviation. Our engineering company, Crawford Murphy and Tilley, was awarded an engineering award. I'm going to read this for engineering excellence by the American Council of Engineering Companies for the EMAS project, the engineered arresting material that helped stop the airplane from possibly heading onto Palatine Road last year. That was, that award was in recognition of an airport that is somewhat landlocked and trying to improve safety in runway safety zones, and that's why they received that award. And as you also know, our airport manager, Mr. Abbott, has traveled as far away as Japan to speak to other airports about that process and even the repair afterwards, because it was kind of a textbook case that it did what it was supposed to do, save the aircraft, save lives, easily repaired and quickly repaired within a matter of months. And so other airports, in trying to evaluate its value, have looked to Chicago Executive as kind of a textbook case for that. And that's really all I have in terms of a report tonight. Any questions that you have for me? Alderman Rosenthal.
Yeah, Bill, I'm on the noise committee, so I'm somewhat familiar with what planned with the study, the noise study coming up. You might want to comment on that to the council. There's at least 2 wards, it's one, definitely one, probably 2 wards that it would be very interested in.
Okay, I don't have all the information with me on that, Alderman, but as part of the master plan that we're going through with the airport, we do have a noise study that is going to be conducted. We've let that project. This is a project that actually involves them looking at the types of aircraft and using known quantities for numbers and so forth. There isn't actual microphones set up for this type of noise monitoring. Unfortunately, this is the only way the FAA has to do these studies. They have a set procedure, and we have to follow the procedures that they have in order to have them pay for this noise study. Is there anything else you would like to?
If you can, if that's been settled yet, give the time frame as to when it's going to start. And what duration.
I don't have that number, but I will have somebody follow up with that for the next meeting for you. So for the noise study, okay.
Anyone else? Up the
Yes,
line,
Bill?
down the line, go ahead.
Yes,
Quick
sir.
question, just curiosity question about the EMAS. When they were repairing it, it was still available if something happened again? Well,
It was still usable if you think of what happened. So the bed was there. There were really 3 streaks into the bed. The front landing gear and the 2 side gear went in. So unless another plane were to go into those exact same broken pieces of concrete, the crushed concrete, it would have done its job in the same way that it did for this plane. So though time was of the essence, we wanted to get it fixed right away. You're right, Alderman, it was still usable unless there was a real quirk where they just happened to go into the exact same place where the concrete was crushed.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a remarkable product, it really is.
Bill, what about customs with the parking at Atlantic?
Customs is still a challenge for us at this point, Mr. Mayor. We have had a number of conversations with them. They're not altering their plan. They're sticking to their need to have all the planes clear through Atlantic. Our short-term goals or intermediate goals are to try and figure out if we can get a central location for that customs office. We've looked at 2 possible ways. One, a standalone building somewhere more mid-airport that they could use just for customs. But we're more inclined to look at a customs office as part of an airport, a new airport facility away from our current offices there, where customs may be on the first floor and we have an office or something on the second floor. I know Mr. Abbott has worked with CMT on some preliminary plans and trying to identify as part of the master plan where that best location would be. And obviously, Tower Road, somewhere along Tower Road would seem to be a good central location, but that's still in process.
Alderman Williamson. Alderman Messrich.
I have nothing, thank you.
Alderman Dolan.
None, thank you.
Alderman Rosenthal.
None.
Moving on, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Okay.